Hey heathens, it's Gundidi, and I got something cool. Well, I got something for you this week. This is the new pistol from Taurus. They boast it as their new budget-friendly carry piece. This is the new Taurus GX2, and it's supposed to, I assume, phase out the G3C. It's got a very similar feature set as the G3C, as it's got a 3.26 inch barrel. It's got a fuller size, well, compact size grip, but you can get a full size grip on there. And this one holds 13 rounds, while the G3C held 2 rounds. So I have a feeling that's what they're going with this guy. But let's go over the feature set from nose to rear, and then I will go over my opinions on this guy. Starting at the nose, of course, you have that beveled front end of the slide there. Makes for better holstering, but you'll notice, just like in Taurus fashion, the frame doesn't actually match up with the slide. There's a little lip right there, just like Taurus fashion. They design really well, but their execution not so great. Going across the slide, though, you do got front and rear cocking serrations that are nice and aggressive, that you can easily get onto and get a good, nice press check. You have you have a single dot front sight, blacked out rear. These look like the same sights that they use in the GX4s, so probably Glock compatible, I would assume. Moving on down, you have a 3-slot Picatinny rail instead of the Taurus single or the G3C, sorry, single slot. This is actually a 3-slot Picatinny rail. So you should have a little bit more availability in lights and lasers and all that fun stuff. You of course have that Jesus Christ, the GX4 style of trigger guard there, and style of trigger. Let's go ahead and check out that trigger while we got it here. Of course, you got to take down the little dingus, stage it to a wall, and then there's a break. It's actually not a bad little trigger. Let's check out their reset. It's not a bad trigger for the price point of the Taurus. You can't really complain for what you get. It's better than the G2C and better than the G3C's trigger. But it's not quite Canic level. That's okay. Let's go on down to the frame here. You got some really nice grip texture across the entire frame. You got that little finger notch in there. Gives you a nice purchase to get nice and high and keep your hand where it's supposed to be. Got some pretty nice grip texture here. Very reminiscent of the GX4, but not quite the same. If you'll notice, the grip textures are slightly different. They still have that finger groove, but you'll notice that the GX2's grip texture is just slightly different. Well, pattern, I should say, not texture itself. This one does have a manual safety, just like the G3Cs and G2Cs do. And, you know, it is a striker fire pistol. It's got the nice little hump in the back to give you a nice good purchase, and it actually feels really comfortable in the hand. That is one thing that Taurus is being very successful at doing, is making a very comfortable, good-looking pistol. They do look good, and they do feel good. The problem is Taurus kind of drops the ball on QC, so we'll have to see what this guy does in the future. But like I said, this is a 13-round magazine. Now, you'll notice that this magazine pivots down to a single stack. It's a double stack to a single stack mag. Very different than the G2C, which is a double stack single feed, but it doesn't go down into a single stack. So G2C and G3C mags do not work in this guy, which is at first I thought it was a negative, because I thought, why are you replacing a gun with a magazine that does not work with it, right? Then I tried it out with the GX4 Carry's mag. If you noticed, the mags are virtually identical. I mean, the finish is a little nicer on the GX2's Carry's magazine, but virtually they're identical. I mean, biggest difference I see is This is a Mechgar Italy. This one's probably a Brazilian make. I'm not sure. But you can see the seam going down the back on this. There's no seam on this one. But what I did notice is the magazines fit in there. And they slide lock, which means they should feed just fine. Which actually kind of makes sense because as time goes on, Taurus is starting to make the GX4 their flagship gun. And it makes sense to turn their budget-friendly option into their flagship gun, right? That's what I think. I think that's where they're going with this guy. If you notice, it's very similar. It's a little wider than the GX4, but virtually identical in every other sense of the word. Maybe a little shorter in the barrel length, but this is the carry model, so that's a little different. It's just, I noticed that the mags interchange like that after I kind of dogged on this gun for its creation, because I have a PT-111 and I've had the G3C and I've shot the G3C. They're okay guns. I didn't see a purpose of making it look like the GX4, right? Till I realized that they are doing magazine compatibility. So it seems like what Taurus is doing is they're moving the GX lineup to be their flagship lineup. Now they call it the GX2, which kind of goes with the GX4, right? Makes sense. Kind of confusing that the 2 is a little bit bigger in width than the 4, but you know, Glock 19 carries 15 rounds. I don't know. But this is just an interesting offering. I don't know if it's a good offering yet because I haven't been able to take one out and shoot it yet. When or if I do, I will definitely have a update video telling you guys my opinion on it. What I'm seeing online, people are saying it's actually a pretty nice little shooter. If it's anything like the GX4, it's probably going to get a good rant and rave going on for it. I will say, for the prices I'm seeing this guy for, it should knock it out of the park. But that's my opinion. Guys, let me know in the comment section if you would buy one of these GX2s, or let me know in the comment section if you own a GX4 and the GX2 is a good option for you. Let me know down there, or just let me know if you stay away from Taurus altogether. Guys, as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you have not. And as always, I'm Gun Deity, and I'll see you heathens for the next one.